Glory to Ukraine and glory to Ukrainian women. Today is the long-awaited video by me, Trashy Stories on Tours. If you haven't watched the first two parts, how I became a tour guide, what I learned in this field, I recommend watching them. And now the stories that happened to me that toughened me up. And helping me in this video will be my friend Dash, pianist, but don't judge her for not being a professional pianist. You will understand why I need this piano accompaniment because it will add atmosphere. Let's start with the first story. So the first story is about an old lady who couldn't hold it. 30 minutes after we left the hotel, 30 minutes before we were supposed to arrive at the Fragonard Perfume Museum, she's running around asking for a bathroom. We say, okay, you know what bathroom? This is Paris. Hold on a bit. Some time passes as she runs around the bus, and then the driver shouts, Andriuka, open the window. The old lady messed herself. To the whole bus, can you imagine? I feel the smell of something burning. We arrive at the perfume museum. We go on the tour. The old lady is gone. The tour guide says that the right way to sniff perfumes is not with coffee to mask the smell, but with the body. And my tourists don't give up. They say, imagine the old lady sniffed the body and died. Well, that didn't happen. She just, couldn't hold it. It happens to everyone, right? Then we arrive at the hotel in the evening and we see, can you imagine Paris roads, a toilet on the bus? We look, it's messed up everywhere. On the ceiling, on the walls, on the floor. Well, it happens. Alright, now I want to tell you the second story. The second story is probably the saddest story. The bus leaves with a big delay. We are heading towards Paris. Do you know what it means to see Paris and die? She didn't see it, but she died. She traveled for 25 hours next to a man who didn't notice that she didn't get off at any rest stop, and he said, she doesn't seem to wake up to go to the hotel. I thought, I'm small, I don't know what to do. What did I start doing? I started 1, 2, 3, 4, she doesn't get up. I think she's sleeping deeply. Well, I don't know how older people sleep. I apologize. I called the drivers to do something. They started hitting the old lady further. I think something's wrong. 15 minutes after we tried to wake her, they checked her pulse. There was no pulse, no pulse. I'm in a panic. I call the police and say, what should I do? I call crying. I don't understand French. They don't want to speak English. I see the drivers grab her by the arms and legs, and she flies out of the bus through the other doors. And what do you think? I see. Should I make a wish or not? A star is falling. I get on the bus panicking and say, what's going on? They say, we need to clean the bus. Yes, the bus needs to be cleaned. Then we were on excursions for 3 days, and I spent 3 nights at the police station, asking that none of the tourists find out. And then, when they asked where the lady was, I said, she liked Paris so much that she decided to stay here forever.
A sad story, but it taught me a lot.
And now the third story concludes our marathon. There was a woman, not quite elderly, but she was. We are in Paris again, the evening Paris tour. I give everyone 15 minutes at the main square of Paris, Place de la Concorde, to take photos with the tower and have a glass of champagne. Everyone went to drink champagne, but not the lady.
She doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't use, but there's one but.
She probably met her love in the square. It wasn't our tourist because he wasn't Ukrainian or Belarusian, as his eyes gave him away. I see them both taking off their pants, lying down on the asphalt where thousands of people are, starting to engage in all sorts of indecent activities. I thought about offering champagne to create a more romantic atmosphere, but I didn't. Everyone comes to the bus, but she's not there. Phone, documents, money, everything is on the bus, but she's not there. It's good that her sighted friends saw what the password was.
We see the last out number, beloved. We call the beloved ask, isn't it you by any chance? And he's like, no. And who are you? And he says, I'm the husband. Where are you? I'm in Dnipropetrovsk.
And this is where it got interesting. She's not there. Police, everything in French.
We arrive at the hotel. I called the hotel. She wasn't there. We arrive and she had just arrived. I run to her and say, hello, go to the divorce, bitch. But I didn't say that. I say, are you crazy? The whole group was waiting because of you. And she comes out, fully opens the door, completely naked from the shower and says, Aneta, what haven't you seen? I say, cover yourself. And the men rush in, who don't treat her like the previous old lady. But that didn't happen. Everything turned out well, but probably not with her family, because she was probably facing a divorce. I tried to present these three stories in a very humorous way. Was in reality, when they happened to me, I was still very young and didn't know how to handle them. I understand that such situations wouldn't happen in real life, and I thank these tours for toughening me up a bit. And now I can know what to do and how to act in any such extreme situations. Back then, I was stressed, and after each such situation, I cried for a couple of months, but now I tell it with positivity that it's a meme. Very funny. So thank you for watching. If there are any questions about the stories, because these are not all, it's like this. I also had some on the island of Corfu when we were going to the other side of Greece. Well, that's okay. About Greece, that's another video. And so thank you for watching. There will be more about tours. I will still be filming vlogs from tours in the summer. So leave comments like